can I defeat China using only 2 divisions?
Oh, I bet you'd like to know. I bet you'd like to know indeed.
Well, I have been challenged and they said I couldn't do it. They also provided video proof of somebody who did do it. In fact, they did a whole world conquest. I'll link the video down below, but legit burger, my god, you're a madman. But I'll settle for China, and I'm gonna show you that I can. Well, at least that I'll try. I'll give it my best shot. So, Japan on Iron Man mode with historical focuses. Step 1, we delete the army. Well, maybe not entire army. I get to keep 2 divisions, so I'll take the Marines and 1 of the basic infantry, delete everything else. The Navy is not going to be very relevant for China, but if I want to continue the run, you know, might be nice to have a sizable Navy, so I don't have to build one from scratch. Construction, I usually start with a civ or 2, maybe 1, maybe 2, we'll see. I need to upgrade this railway, because for some reason, the game doesn't transport resources from the port here in Busan through the level 4 railway all the way to this naval base at East Hebei. No, it goes through Dailan with its level 1 railway, which is stupid. So we'll upgrade that, and I'll upgrade the air base here as well. 4 levels should do. And then nothing but mills, baby. Nothing but mills. We'll need a significant amount of military factories to get this done. Alright, so, strategy. To make matters worse or better, I don't know how you look at it, I have to get Marco Polo in a historical fashion, which means pretty much just rushing Kohora faction all the way down to Marco Polo Bridge incident. I think there's 1 focus I can do outside of this path, and I'm going to use it wisely for the army expansion law so I get some army experience. Research is going to be the basics, and I'm going to work a bit on air. I would like to get the survivability studies and the range improvements, because if I can only have 2 divisions, I will make damn sure I have a good air force. Alright, so let's ship the army over there. I'm not going to be calling any of my puppets in, by the way. That would be cheating. I can funnel all of my guns and airplanes and whatnot into my puppets, and they would probably overrun China once I'm done with my 2 divisions, but that's not the spirit of this challenge, so I won't. Let's also bring the air over there, and actually no, let's just delete the air. I'll reorganize them. Production, I will need guns, I will need support equipment, I will need artillery, I won't need light tanks. I know light tanks are fast, but light tanks suck. Don't want that converted cruiser, and I'll just build whatever is in the queue here. Maybe not the terrible submarines, but then again, why not? Then we have basic carrier naval bombers. Yeah, I want to keep making those for my carriers, obviously. And then interwar small airframes. So these are pretty bad, but they'll do for now. I'm also going to need trains, and I'm going to need motorized. Fortunately, I don't need much of everything, because I will only have 2 divisions. But I will need some things, so we'll see what we can do. All right, for trade, I guess we are talking to the French then, as well as the Dutch. And I think that's pretty much it. All right, army expansion done, and now I have to rush Purge Kohora faction straight down to Marco Polo. And for our first bit of political power, we're gonna grab the army advisor. I need XP. Now, army morale is terrible. I would prefer army offense, but I need the experience this guy gives me, so I'm gonna pick him, and I'll switch him out later. All right, so I have more political power. I'm gonna spend it, get steel for guns. This gives me 4 more mills, more factory output, and more factory construction speed, and all it does is weaken my naval output. I don't need naval output that much, so I'm thinking I'm just gonna go and get it now. I'm gonna grab tip of the spear. This may sound controversial. It doesn't fit in the overall strategy, but it does fit in maximizing my experience. I have a unit of these boys, my Marines, and that is where that comes in. I can now add more Marines to this template for free. Now, I have spent about 35 experience to be able to do this, and it saves me roughly, let's see, what this thing would cost 70-ish to fill this thing out now. So I am saving experience doing this, so that's what that's all about. And we'll use the other experience to do the same with this template. So what we're going to do is fill everything out with infantry or Marines, and then the bottom row is going to be all artillery. This is very much a stopgap measure. This is not the division that's going to win the war. Not by a mile, but it will allow us to hold the port. If we get 2 of these boys stacked on the port, maybe we can do some shenanigans there. So we'll see. Now let's get the air boys Get some air experience ticking as well. All right, we have some air XP. Let's also finally fix this terrible airplane design. We're going to get the basic small airframe, best engine I can fit, slap the best amount of air attack I can, which isn't a lot right now. I'm going to add drop tanks for range. China is massive, and armor plates. Well, I could add armor plates. I technically don't have to, simply because of how awful the Chinese Air Force is, but it does set me up for success towards the future. So I could leave this off, but I don't think I want to do it. It just sets me up for a success in the future if I want to fight anyone else but China. I'm going to create some CAS. I'm just going to slap on some bomb bays, best engine I can fit, and drop tanks again for range. I could add the dive brakes, but weight exceeds thrust, so this will have to do. They will be protected by my fighters anyway. Let's put these bad boys into production, and hopefully these should allow me to overpower whatever Air Force China has. Spoiler alert, not much. This will be my basic infantry template for one division. These will look exactly the same, except the bottom row here will also be artillery for that extra bite, chew up those Chinese infantrymen, and we'll add a support artillery here as well. Again, more soft attack. China is an infantry-based enemy. We want to chew that up with artillery. We're going to get as much air up over North China as we can. I'm also putting airplanes over the Yellow Sea because for some reason they deploy airplanes there, as well as some airplanes over the home islands because for some reason China has strategic bombers that they use to bomb you. They only have like 10 of them, but it's annoying. And now we have to keep clicking this button and not any other button. I'm expecting pain and suffering. Yeah, they're gonna continuously attack here. Now, another neat trick, and I know most of you multiplayer dudes know this. You set up a field marshal order. You give that field marshal order an attack order. Then you take the general underneath the field marshal, and you give him a garrison order in a place you can't reach, like Switzerland. Now, what does that do? It's a gamey, cheesy exploit. Yes. Oh, it didn't do it right. Well, let's try it again. This guy, our general, not only gets to lead 72 divisions instead of 24, but all I have to do is keep him near the field marshal order and he will start getting a preparation bonus. That's it. Now, everything goes well. China's just going to repeatedly attack into that port. I don't have anything to do here. I can't maneuver with just 2 divisions, so there's very little I can do here except wait for my tanks. With all that underway, we have another step to this, the agency. We've got most of our build-up done. Could start the spy agency earlier, but it doesn't really matter. I have plenty of time. So we're going to get spies. We're going to get as many spies as we can, and we're going to drop them all over China simply to get 3 collaboration governments. Why? Well, capitulating China is bad enough as it is. Well, you have to walk to like Kanding and Yangshan if you don't have a collaboration government. Having to do that with just 2 divisions is... well, I'm going to say it, it's impossible. All the fun stuff going on. I'm going to see if these Marines are willing to do a little bit more. If you're able to get this tile and hold it, like solidly hold it, what you could do is take that division, attack up there, take the position, and then use this guy here to clear the pocket every time. Just, you can kill like 5 or 6 Chinese divisions at a time. It's not a guaranteed thing because this guy is going to take a massive amount of punishment, so probably going to need some doctrines before we're able to do that. Speaking of doctrines, I'm going to get rid of Tip of the Spear. I'm going to grab Professional Officer Corps. This gives me more army experience. I'm going to need a lot of army experience. I will be switching towards mobile warfare eventually, simply because I will be playing exclusively with tanks as soon as I have them. Other than that, I don't really think there's anything here that I want, except maybe the tactical bombing expert. Yeah, that sounds nice. Oh, and keep escalating the war in China. I keep forgetting to do it. As for air, we're going to grab industry liaisons and centralized control. Centralized control makes everything just more efficient and better, as industry liaisons gives you a pretty good research bonus. If you're going to go with air, you want to get the best air you can. Alternatively, you could get aircrew surveys if you want to max out your doctrine first, but I think liaisons is better. All right, let's also grab the Chinese cipher. If I'm going to be fighting here for a while, might as well get all of those unlocked. Industry is doing well, getting work done on the tanks. Let's get engines and armor as well. I want those tanks to be good, or if not good, at least not bad. I'll also grab AA eventually, but I don't think I need it in China. If you're gonna go for the world conquest, obviously get the AA. But for China, nah, I've got the upper hand already. So let's just work on the tanks. And again, why am I not doing the world conquest with 2 divisions? I'm not good enough for it. Legit Burger did a video on it. I recommend you watch it. It is insane, and I cannot put myself through that. But I think I have what it takes to at least defeat China. And the war in China is fully escalated. I'm not gonna go with Ichigo. Yes, gives me a massive benefit, but but it also means I have about 365 days to cap China. I'm gonna tell you up front, not gonna happen. So the war continues. We hold these 2 points. As far as my experience goes, I've decided to go with bold attack. My general is going to level up a lot, and I'd like him to have more attack. I know theater training, not terrible either, but I'm not going to get a whole lot of traits in this area. They're both plains, so that's pretty pointless, and I will be switching out of land warfare anyway, so might as well hold on to that. I'm not going to use anything for doctrines just yet because I am relatively close to getting my tanks. I need to start designing them soon-ish. These guys will go there, cut that retreat off, and we can destroy those units while I pull back south. Yeah, most of those divisions are going to be deleted. If I can do that a couple of times, I'll definitely thin the herd. They have like 100 divisions. That's a bit much. All right, let's do that again. I'm going to try and kill those 7 divisions. And most of those are going to be gone while we retreat. Perfect. There we go. I'm going to not do all of this on camera because it's very tedious to watch, but that is how I'm going to do this until I get my tanks. It's still very lovely to watch. All right, 150 PP. I'm going to hire the tank designer. It just gives me a little bit more reliability to work with. Not vital, but helpful. So what are we going to be making? Medium tanks, obviously. I like to use the Christie suspension with welded armor and gasoline engines. Then I slap on the close support gun until I can either get the howitzer or medium cannon 2. This will do. Then the best turret I can, best radio I can. I know that I don't really have to do this. People complain, you shouldn't be using sloped armor. Armor is literally all that's going to save our bacon this run, armor and speed. I won't even need that many tanks, so their individual production cost isn't really that important. So I'm going to go with sloped armor. I don't want to be pierced. I want to have stronkness. Grab some heavy machine guns. I'll replace these with better slots later on. Now let's get the speed up on these guys. So like 9 kilometers an hour. Yeah, something like this. And then we're going to continuously improve on this. When I get better stuff unlocked, I'll replace the heavy machine guns with stuff that give me more breakthrough. And if I get more engine and armor and I can get more reliability, etc., we'll make these faster as well. Because 8.9 kilometers an hour is not bad, but I would love for them to be 12 kilometers an hour just because fast tanks are just that fun. Let's move these to the top, and I'm going to peel back a little on the production of airplanes so I can start building medium tanks. I don't need that much air for China, to be honest. If I want to fight anybody else, yes, more air is good, but for China, this should be sufficient. Sweet, 6 more divisions I can trap. Again, fall back, destroy the units, rinse and repeat. We've also researched engineers too, which means I can get my flame tanks. Flame tanks are going to be very valuable for my armor divisions to actually get places. So let's also make a couple of those. I'll create a variant and we'll label it a flame tank. Oh, can't because I need to add a flamethrower. Yeah, these will do. Don't have to do much other than provide their flamethrowerness. Flame tanks offer a very good bonus to all your divisions, but to tank divisions, they will help with movement. So every little bonus I can give my divisions, I'm going to give them. There, it costs us about 20 to create these guys. We will name these after our channel members. So our beloved channel members get a little something out of this run as well. And these are 50 combat with behemoths. They're not great, but they will be fine for what we need them to do. Eventually, I'm also going to add on those flame tanks and probably logistics companies as well, but that is going to have to wait. I don't even have the tanks to make these conversions yet. Let's take a look at how much more it would cost me. Yeah, I'm about 600 tanks short still. Sweet, so I know China has exactly 43 divisions. I can handle that number once I get my tanks. So how far off are we? Not far. So mid 39 and we can finally start doing something in China. All right, I have enough tanks. Let's wait for them to run out of their attack. There we go. And we are now converting everybody to armor. Congratulations, Colin and Ricardo. You will carry this campaign until at least one of you dies, and I'll have to replace you. But for now, you're it, boys. Let's get killing. I'm going to slow the game down a little bit, and we're going to start actually trying to push out. So the tanks will try to not only create encirclements, but also to overrun. Overruns are really big in this game. If you get somewhere before the enemy who is retreating gets there, you get a nice amount of extra kills. Plus, I want to get an encirclement in and around Beijing. Get the most out of that as well. All right, so we've got Beijing more or less locked up. Just make sure they don't manage to retake any of it. And I think I've killed a good number of divisions there. Yeah, let's take Tianjin back. So what I'm going to do here is do the same thing, kill divisions around Tianjin, and see if I can find a way to go down to this supply hub here in Hebei. This is the difficult area, but also the easiest to operate in. It's all plains, not a lot of opposition from the terrain. I have air cover with my air force, but it's very wide open and it's very easy to get encircled if you get too aggressive. We can never lose the railway, because if we lose the railway, we don't have oil. I mean fuel. If we don't have fuel, our tanks will die. So I'm gonna try and constantly make overruns and encirclements happen. And looking at the casualties, they've taken a lot of hits, but they still have a lot of divisions. Way less than they did before, but still many. But I think we can do it. I'm gonna switch motorization drive back out for professional officer corps, get myself a little bit more army experience. And we keep killing. We just keep killing. Just gotta make sure I don't outrun my own supply lines, because if they take the railways, things get very, very annoying. It's January of 1940, and I gotta admit, this is turning out to be a lot harder than I thought. I'm not getting anywhere. I mean, I'm killing Chinese divisions, but they can always make more, and I can't really stop them, and I cannot advance past this point. I have to use every single ounce of my attention just to keep this railway functional, to protect that rail line towards Beijing. If I don't, all my tanks get cut off, the fuel stops, they become virtually immobile, and there's nothing I can do anymore. Like, these are railroading. So this is strategic redeployment. 5 kilometers an hour. It's so stupid. The speed is so inconsistent. It's annoying. And I'm probably gonna lose the hub now because of that. And I hate it. So like I said, it's extremely difficult to keep the railway link open. I took my eye off the ball for a second, and they're about to cap Tianjin. Need to rush back to reclaim it, or at least defend it. I don't know how I'll ever advance. I don't know how I'll ever move forward. It's just an endless cycle of going back and forth between a couple of tiles, just trying to stop them from overrunning my supply lines. It is so annoying. I'm considering making a run for Shaanxi. The problem is it's almost all mountains, and they only really have the one victory point here that you can easily cap, Taijuan. But that's not enough to cap them. You also need to take like enough of their territory, and everything up there is just deserts and mountains, and that's not really tank terrain. And is it really worth the risk driving in there? I don't know. I'm gonna maybe try a little, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I could get like a collaboration government on Shaanxi as well. I know it's expensive and most likely not worth it to waste a collaboration government on a country this small, but considering our circumstances, I need an edge. Yeah, because Taiwan is like their only victory point, and they move like their capital to a random other province, but there are no actual victory points. So to cap Shaanxi, you pretty much have to just take their territory, which is really annoying because all of their territory is awful terrain. And I'm gonna lose Taichuan again because I cannot hold that door open. Not with just 2 divisions covering this much ground. It's just not possible. The fact that they just took that tile for like 20 seconds means this supply hub is out of supply for 7 days. 10 days! Wow! The person who sent this in, you're a masochist. Well, sadist. You're a sadist. Trying to turn me into a masochist. Now to go north and secure Beijing, because if I lose Beijing, everything goes to shit. Oh well, at least I'm deleting a lot of enemy divisions while suffering, so there is that. Keep whittling them down, keep whittling them down. This is a very slow process, but we're up to like almost 3 million casualties on the Chinese United Front. China's down to at most 40 divisions. At most 42, so a little bit longer. Just gotta keep it up. It's early July 1940. Think we'll get there. I just need a little more time. Wow, my general's already level 7. And he still doesn't have any traits because I think I'm still working on everything, but I'm not actually getting all that much experience for his traits, which is annoying. But he is getting a lot of experience because he's killing divisions, so at least there's that. It's a little disappointing. I had hoped to get a really good general out of this. I'm not gonna say he's bad. He's definitely not, but I had hoped for a little more than just some cool traits. China itself has like at most 21 divisions left. They've taken an absolute beating, and my spies tell me yeah, they're not in a great state. So I'm gonna try a run for the coast. See if I can make the front line big enough that the AI has trouble covering it, and then I can run my tanks towards their victory points. At least that's the idea. I've made it to Qingdao. That should lengthen the front a bit. Hopefully they'll have some trouble covering all of that. Again, 2 divisions. All of China. Not easy. Inevitably, I fucked up. I lost the supply hub, so that is going to cut me off from supply for another... yeah, 10 days. Great. I don't know why, but it looks like Shaanxi is wide open. I don't think they actually have more than 2 or 3 divisions. I'm gonna try and knock them out now. Do as much damage as I can, cap as much land as I can, keep aggressively moving around. Oh, again, I move north and suddenly 1 billion divisions appear in the south. I move south and they'll conjure up 1 billion divisions to the north. It's so annoying. And now instead of an encirclement, it's nothing. Yeah, great. You know what? I'm just gonna pop a collaboration government there. 1 collaboration government should probably be enough to knock him out. While I'm at it, maybe I'll jump one on Guangxi as well. Guangxi and China are probably the only ones actually contributing a reasonable amount of manpower and divisions. So if I can knock those out, that will definitely help. Oh, I see an opening. Maybe I can knock out like communist China by rushing Yan'an. No, they managed to get a division in the way. Still, I might be able to rush him. Like there's not a whole lot in the way. I think that is enough to cap communist China. Probably? Maybe? No. It's almost enough, though, so... oh, they're being sneaky. They're trying to push me up north. But I might actually be able to take out the communists. Oh, I got the communist, I think. Oh! Communist China has capitulated. Okay, so that takes a bunch... well, a bunch. At least a couple of divisions out of the equation. Now to clean up north, and I'm gonna use these guys to quickly drive up there, hopefully. We got some traction now. Things are actually moving in the right direction. I think. Come on, Shaanxi, capitulate. No, I am once again encircled because they managed to retake the entirety of China while I wasn't looking. And my divisions stopped driving at a reasonable pace. Oh, for God's sake, please. Please just give me a win here. Yeah, they've effectively uncapitulated the communists. In itself, that's pretty much irrelevant. Oh, and again, I wasn't paying attention. They got a division over at Tianjin. Oh, there's so much to do, so much to pay attention to. Okay, so Shaanxi capped. Okay, I'm covering a nice amount of China. Would be nicer if I could cover more, but they're down to at most 70 divisions total. Okay. The only real threats are China, Guangxi, maybe Xibei Sanma, but they're far away and I don't intend to go there, so... I think once I'm done with this video, I'm not going to touch Hearts of Iron for a while. I'm gonna demand Indochina. I'm gonna see if Vichy gives it to me. It probably will. And that will probably distract Huangxi Yunnan because they suddenly have an open border. That will give me the opportunity to maybe make a rush along the coast. Again, where did they magically get all those divisions suddenly? I don't know, but they're here. And these tanks are out of fuel, so they're moving at exactly 1 kilometer an hour. I don't actually know if I'll be able to pull them out. That is a very long drive without support. Oh, that's gonna suck. And they're pushing in on the... Chinese United Front, below 50 divisions, 4 million casualties. See if I can get this tank division into Nanjing. We got 3 collabs, so I don't need to capture all of China. I just need to capture most of China. Oh, there go the communists again. I think this is going to be it. If I can keep the momentum going now, I can take him. I've got Shanghai. I've got a lot of their, some of their southern ports. If I can clean up here, I think I can take him. Just need to make sure they don't pull a sneaky on me now. They don't have any divisions left. Jesus Christ. China itself has like 8 at most. Does leave Huangxi, but they're not a major, so they don't matter. I guess we just pushed them to the breaking point at some point where we killed enough of their divisions that they just couldn't do it anymore. I'm just gonna drive this guy along the coast because I think they literally have nothing left. Yeah, I also don't want to alarm anybody, but I think Huangxi's gone and done for. Well, at this rate, I don't think it's going to be long that I'll be outnumbered. I'll actually be able to even the odds, running around behind the lines, slowly eating more and more of China. Eventually, they will capitulate. A couple more cities, just a couple more cities. If I can get to Wuhan, it's over. Come on, get to Wuhan, and I think I can cap them. Come on, come on, come on, take Wuhan. Like, okay. So that is... 100%. They are capping. This is going to be over. I have inflicted 4.6 million casualties on the Chinese United Front. I have taken 13,000 losses. It's done. It's all done. Oh my god, I actually did it. I didn't think I had it in me, but we did it. I have a collaboration government, so I could probably take like all of China for myself. Yoink. And with that, October 1941, Japan has won 2 divisions, and we won! I can't believe it. Okay, so I am tempted to give it a go. I could probably knock out the UK now as well. I'm actually going to give it a try. Oh boy, that is a whole lot of naval battles. I hope I don't lose all my ships here. I think I found the home fleet, but I think my fleet outclasses the home fleet. Yeah. I got a dog pile on them. I lost the sub, they lost the carrier. I think that's a fair trade. Almost took their battleship as well. The Japanese Navy definitely outclasses the Royal Navy right now. I did upgrade my ships a little bit by adding better fire control, but I guess it helps. The little things in life help. Well, we've landed, we've taken Hull, and now we start cutting. As we always do, we start cutting. Same memory as before, so we're going to use the Field Marshal order and the garrison order in Switzerland. I know, it's stupid and it's memey, but honestly, I need every edge I can get right now, and I'll take it. Cullen, you managed to get yourself caught by the Royal Navy's stupid little submarines. Come on, man. Well, you did manage to land, so I'm sending you off to Scotland. Slow and steady wins the race, even if you're racing with just 2 divisions. Slow and steady wins the race. It definitely helps that the UK is technically not even home, so I'm not facing all that much opposition, which I'm very, very grateful for. This could be a massive tough nut to crack if the UK decides to actually defend itself. I'm not gonna complain though. And the United Kingdom has capitulated. I think I just finished my collaboration government. Must be it. One of those things. And we're not gonna do too many dumb things. We're just going to keep it simple. And that ends the peace deal with Japan really getting shafted, more or less. So we got a nice amount of stuff. We got most of China. We got a good chunk out of Southeast Asia. But we were shafted out of Java and Lesser Sunda Islands, plus the Germans went to town on Australia as well as New Zealand. We did manage to keep the Kiwi Empire intact on the South Island, so we got a half of New Zealand. Rest of the world's kind of screwed right now, but that's it. I am not doing any more. I know Legit Burger did a fantastic world conquest with his just 2 divisions. I think this is enough. I did not enjoy this for most of the run. Did enjoy winning it. I hope you guys at least enjoyed watching it, and I hope you guys will enjoy watching this next video as well. See ya.